And good morning, Weather Not meteorologist Evan Hanner with a quick check of your Wobbles Wake Up brought to you by Ohio Valley Insurance. We've actually pulled up the wrong map at first, but we'll go ahead and talk about the temperatures. They are mild through the region this morning. Look at these temperatures in the middle and upper 60s in many locations out there as we get started on this Tuesday morning. It sure feels like spring as we are firmly now in the second half of April 16th. Where has the time gone? And we will continue to watch April weather moving our way as we head through this week. In fact, let's go ahead and take a look at the satellite and eventually the radar picture out there this morning. You'll see some cloud cover getting going across, right across the Wobbles region. We're a little bit cooler as you head up into places like Edmonson County and north into Grayson and Breckenridge County. That's thanks to just that little break in the clouds after an active evening in parts of the Commonwealth yesterday. We didn't see any storms last night. For the most part, those stayed up along the Interstate 64 corridor. Areas north of Louisville got absolutely dumped on with quite a bit of hail, quite a bit of rain yesterday, but no big severe weather issues, and I don't see a ton of huge severe weather issues as we head through the next few days. We do have that opportunity as we head towards late tonight into tomorrow. That's a pretty low threat. And then as we head into the day on Wednesday, that's a slightly higher potential. But as we'll talk about, that threat is a little lower than it was because of just how this system has continued to evolve into the day on Wednesday. And then as we head into Thursday night and Friday, we've got an opportunity for a few stronger storms. The signal not quite as clear, excuse me, for the potential for severe weather then as it is for tomorrow. We'll break it all down as we move forward in time. Folks in far southwestern parts of Logan County likely running into a few showers this morning. Those will try to push into places like Russellville and eventually toward Franklin as we head over the next little bit. We are muggy out there. Excuse me, you see some of those showers working toward Clarksville, Tennessee. We'll try to move some of those into the southern parts of Wobbles over the next few hours. So don't be surprised if we start the day a little on the cloudy side, a little on the soggy side in some spots. But overall, not a huge active weather day today. That changes as we head a little bit later on into tonight. Look at the cameras around the region this morning. Wide Square Weather Nest camera looking over the campus of WKU in the city of Bowling Green from Van Meter Hall on the campus of Western Kentucky University. Not too much going on there this morning. You can't see the clouds yet. It is a little too dark outside. The view from the west from our Beach Tree News Skycam overlooking downtown Morgantown showing again rather quiet conditions through the region. I don't expect a whole lot today, but that changes as we head into later tonight and especially into the day tomorrow. So there's those temperatures again from the Kentucky Mesonet. You see 66 on the Warren-Barron County line, 67 at the WKU Research Farm, 61 there on the north side of town, and we'll continue to see some of the cooler air where we've seen some breaks in the clouds, 62 in Morgantown, but 68 down in Scottsville this morning, 67 in Russellville, so things are rather on the warm and, a little muggy side as we head into the morning hours. Dustin asking, put the top back on the Jeep. Just be safe. We could see a few showers, but nothing too heavy out there as we work through the morning hours. You see the weather chart as we work through the morning hours. Let's make sure we've got the latest update on that. You see there's the frontal boundary that triggered some of those showers and thunderstorms last night across the central part of the state, draped across southern Indiana and into Ohio. That's going to try to lift back northward as a warm front as we go through the daytime hours today. Boy, that is a terrible looking arrow. I apologize for my art skills. Goodness gracious. Anyway, that's going to continue to move back to the northward as a warm front. As it does, that is going to help bring up warm and muggy air from the Gulf of Mexico. Will really provide us that opportunity for just a warm and muggy day out there. Main threat still with this low pressure and the big cold front dragging across the central part of the country. They had some active severe weather overnight. In fact, it's still ongoing across portions of Kansas and Oklahoma. It's that system that's heading in our direction later tonight into tomorrow and eventually kind of gets hung up. This pattern is a little strange in that we're not dealing with a very fast-moving low. It's actually going to be weakening as it heads in our direction. We'll show you that here on, this is the NAM looking up toward the jet stream level. And you can see there is the trough of low pressure beginning to work through the central portions of the country. That's what helped spark the severe weather across the central portion of the nation overnight. But notice we lose those red colors. We're back to purple, and we're really kind of starting to lose that definition as it really starts to get shunted off to the south. That is an indication that this kind of upper trough, if you will, is weakening. You see, by Thursday morning, it's well to the south and has fallen apart for the most part. Still a strong area. I'm pointing at the map. You need me to do this. Still a strong jet streak to the north, but as that pushes through, that's going to stay to our north, so we don't have a lot of upper support for strong to severe thunderstorms as we head through the next few days. We do have the warmth, though. Looking at the temperatures, you see it's already keying in on the warm air, upper 60s to low 70s during the day or during the morning hours. We end up cooling a little bit more until sunrise. We get up into the upper 70s, into the low 80s today yet again. It's going to be a warm day. It's going to be a muggy day. We're going to see those dew points in the 60s. So we're going to be what we call in the warm sector during the day today. So, yeah, the possibility will be there for maybe an isolated storm, but the atmosphere is what we call capped. Essentially what happens there's a layer of warm air off the surface that keeps showers and thunderstorms from billowing up. You need that differential in heating, and you can't get that if they're bumping into warm air. So that's the issue when it comes to storm initiation today. I just don't think it's there. But that doesn't mean it's not going to be there as we head a little bit later on into the forecast. You see, as we head through the overnight hours into the upper 60s, eventually in the mid 60s, we don't cool a whole lot. I mean, this looks like a summertime weather map in terms of the temperatures as we head through the overnight hours. Notice as we head into tomorrow, some areas further to the south and east don't warm up a whole lot as we head into tomorrow. Comparatively speaking, into the afternoon, some of us stay in the 60s. Some of us out west get into the upper 70s to near 80. Again, that's just one piece of the puzzle when it comes to strong storm chances as we head into tomorrow. And then that front tries to push in as we head into the day on Thursday. But notice, it gets stuck. So while we're down here in the 60s, areas to the north are in the 40s and 50s. So we're not quite to that completely dry, cool air yet. And that will lead as this next low starts to form. There's the front. By Thursday evening, we're in the mid and upper 70s again, low 80s. Here comes that front as we head into the day on Thursday. It doesn't cross the region until Friday morning. You see, by Friday, we're much cooler. Those temperatures getting into the upper 50s and low 60s into the day on Friday. This is as far out as this model goes. So we're going to be watching a couple of potential time frames, I should say, for strong to severe storms as we head through the remainder of this work week. Today, I think that threat is pretty low. We're capped off. There's not a whole lot to get storms to go as we head into the day today. But looking at it as we head through the overnight hours, there's some of our showers from this morning. There's a few showers getting going, kind of moving across parts of Missouri into Illinois. They try to get going, but they really just don't all the way get there. They'll start to move to the east, but they'll start to outrun their instability. They'll start to outrun the fuel that keeps them going as we head through the overnight hours. This is about 11 p.m. tonight, and you'll see that those start to move through and kind of fall apart during the morning hours. This is by the afternoon. This particular model, this is the NAM. It's annoying sometimes. Here we go. This is the NAM, back it up a frame, and you'll see what it's trying to do here is form more showers and storms across the eastern parts of the country, or eastern parts of the state, and then along the frontal boundary across Michigan and Indiana into southern Illinois. So we move this ahead, and you'll notice there's those storms in Indiana and Ohio. There's the storms in Ohio. They try to back build into portions of Kentucky, but they just don't make it. This de-amplifying and weakening low pressure is causing this front to kind of lose its punch as it punches to the east. So the potential is there. The model's really been keying in on this since yesterday of the thunderstorms being forced across Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio, where, at least closer to the low pressure, but that front is not strong enough to lift the air into portions of Kentucky. In fact, we'll back up, and this is Wednesday afternoon. This is tomorrow afternoon, and we'll call up a hold on. There we go. Get the right thing. We'll call up a sounding. And this basically tells us what the atmosphere looks like in terms of the wind shear, in terms of the temperature and moisture profile going up into the atmosphere. And you see, we have sufficient turning of the winds for a little bit of severe weather to try to form. They're out of the west for the most part. They turn to the southwest as we head into the lowest levels of the atmosphere. We have a little bit of what we call helicity. It's not off the charts. It's enough to support a severe weather threat. It's not crazy. It's not 2 weeks ago or anything like that. Look at the Cape, though. You can't see my my cursor. In fact, we'll change the color to white just so you can see it here. The Cape, the energy is 2,000 units, 2,000 joules per kilogram. We have more than enough fuel for these thunderstorms, but notice what this temperature does as it goes up. That's indicating that we have a little bit of a cap that will prevent storms this far south from going up. If we get a storm on Wednesday, it has the potential to be severe. Damaging winds, large hail, and isolated tornado, not out of the question, but the kind of data is suggesting that the front may not be strong enough as it pushes through to even force thunderstorms. So it's something we'll be watching closely. In fact, we've actually trimmed back the severe weather risk because of this possibility that the models have been keying in on as we work through the day yesterday and into today. And that's certainly a good thing. We don't want to see severe weather at all, but it is something to watch. This is the high-resolution rapid refresh this morning. This is the longer term that'll go out a little bit farther. You'll see again. Here come those storms during the overnight. They outrun their instability, so they start to weaken, but they will allow us to get a little bit of rain in the morning tomorrow, which would help at least alleviate somewhat any severe threat if we could keep the sun behind the clouds as we head through tomorrow morning. Now, this is as we push through the early parts of the afternoon. This is getting into tomorrow afternoon. And again, you'll see this model, the high-resolution rapid refresh, develops the storms. Alrighty. Isn't it fun trying to do things on the fly? Develops storms across Ohio, but not really in our area. But essentially what happens, that frontal boundary gets kind of stuck and moves back northward as a warm front on Thursday. And you'll notice already seeing more showers and storms getting ready to go across portions of Missouri and West Kentucky as we head through the early morning hours of Thursday. So, again, the severe weather threat is a little more uncertain for Wednesday than it was. It doesn't appear to be as strong a system as we originally saw, but that doesn't mean we're not dealing with the potential for some strong to severe storms. So let's go through the severe weather outlook for the next few days. Western parts of Wobbles, places like Butler County, Logan County, in that level 1 marginal threat for the day today. This is mainly for the overnight activity tonight. You see, the main activity is going to be up into Illinois, Missouri, and Iowa. That's where the level 3 enhanced risk is, Iowa, Missouri, and Illinois. That's where the greatest dynamics will be for the potential for tornadoes. Strong tornadoes would be up into Iowa, Missouri, and Illinois. But as we head into the overnight, a couple of those rumblers could try to put down a strong wind gust as they try to move in during the late hours tonight and in early parts of our Wednesday. This is the biggest change, though. As we look at the severe weather outlook from the Storm Prediction Center, this will update again a little around noon or so. You'll notice they've trimmed that slight risk back to include southern Indiana, into Ohio, very far northern slivers of Kentucky, but most of the state is in the level 1 marginal risk for severe weather. The environment is such that if a storm goes, it would likely be severe. We would likely see it grow to be a severe thunderstorm, especially the closer you get to the Ohio River and Interstate 64. So this far south, I think the threat would be a little lower, but in order to have the threat, you have to have storms developing anyway, and the models just aren't showing it. So it's something we'll continue to watch, the model trends during the day today, and we'll have the very latest in our blog tomorrow morning, and of course on social media throughout the day, should conditions start to change in the models. And then as we head into the day on Thursday, this is new. Much of the region, in fact, all of Wobbles in the level 1 marginal risk yet again, as we watch those potential for some strong storms out to the west that will try to move in late Thursday night into Friday. The severe weather threat lower, I think, in terms of the actual threat level than we have the potential for tomorrow afternoon. So again, we'll watch it tomorrow afternoon into the day on Thursday, and Thursday night and Friday we'll have to watch, because after that cold front really cools us down, dries us out, and we get a little bit of a break from the active pattern, thank goodness, as we work into the later parts of the weekend, especially if you're maybe headed up to Louisville for that big fireworks show, Thunder over Louisville, and the air show onto the day on Saturday, looking cool as we head up that way. So breaking it all down in your forecast, 83 today. Some of those showers this morning will start to clear things out as we head into the afternoon. Warm, muggy, sunny day. It'll feel like summer outside for the most part. Those thunderstorms will try to develop into the region as we head into the overnight hours. Lows only in the mid-60s. Again, feeling like summer. Into the day Wednesday, those showers and storms move out during the morning hours by midday, and we'll be watching the possibility for more showers developing and thunderstorms into the afternoon on Wednesday. The models just aren't sure we get them. So it is something we'll watch. Highs near 80 as we head into the day on Wednesday, near 60 Wednesday night as we get a brief break as those showers and storm chances move out. And we're looking at a pretty nice day on Thursday. It's not really a cold front so much as it is almost a moisture boundary, so we don't drop in temperature on the other side of it. In fact, it'll move back northward as a warm front ahead of that next system, so we will still see those temperatures in the mid-80s into the day on Thursday. Sunshine during the day, clouds increase later at night as we watch those showers and potentially a few strong thunderstorms move in Thursday night. Doesn't appear to be a huge threat, but we'll watch it. Low 60s with showers Thursday night. Look at Friday. We're in the low 70s for highs. Chance of storms. Some of those showers could linger. Look at this low now, down into the lower 50s as we head towards Friday night. And then by Saturday, we start to dry out, and we're cooling down quick with highs only in the middle 60s. So we get the cool side of spring as we head towards the weekend and early parts of next week. That'll do it for me this morning. We'll keep an eye on the weather situation as we head through the next couple of days or so. Whether or not meteorologist Evan Hatter with a check of your wobbles wake up, brought to you by Ohio Valley Insurance. Have a great day.